Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children, we welcome you to our online teaching academy Ekalaiva. Today we are going to start our new lesson in economics. Our topic is food security and nutrition. Learning objectives of this lesson are: we are going to study about the meaning, definition of food security, to know about the availability and access to food grain, to understand about the purchasing power and agricultural policy, to gain knowledge about the multidimensional nature of poverty, to study about nutrition and health status and policies in Tamil Nadu. First, food security. Food is defined as any substance that people eat and drink to maintain life and growth. Food security would denote a person's ability to eat enough, stay active, and lead a healthy life. So there are a lot of definitions to define this term food security. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization defines food security like this. Food security exists when all the people, during all the times, having physical, social, economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food which meets the dietary needs and food references for an active, healthy life. So, all the people should get healthy food throughout their life. That food should be a balanced diet, which it should contain all the nutrients which is essential to lead an active and healthy life. So, this is the definition given by UN, Food and Agriculture Organization. And according to agricultural scientist M.S. Swaminathan, he defined nutrition security as physical, economic, and social access to a balanced diet, safe drinking water, environmental hygiene, primary health care, and primary education. So his definition is different. The concept of food security has continuously evolved over last 5 decades. Initially, it referred to the overall food supply for global, regional, or national context. Now we are going to discuss about the basic components of food and nutrition security. So the term was broadened to include the three basic components of food and nutrition security. They are availability of food, access to food, and absorption of food. So first, availability of food. Availability of food is physical availability of food stocks in desired quantities, which is a function of domestic production, changes in stock, and imports. Next one, access to food. It's primarily a matter of purchasing power, the ability to purchase the food grains, and is therefore closely linked with capabilities and employment opportunities of the people to earn. Next one, absorption of food. It is the ability to biologically utilize the food consumed. Several factors such as nutrition, knowledge and practices, safe and hygienic environmental conditions allow for effective absorption of food and health status. Next, we are going to discuss about the availability and access to food grains. Thus, food security for people in a country is not only dependent on the quantum of food available, but also on the ability of people to purchase or access food and to stay in healthy environment. After an initial focus on agriculture, industrialization was given priority in our country. The drought The drought experienced by India pushed her to be dependent on imports of food grains during certain periods. Green Revolution was born in the country, paving way for self-sufficiency in food grain production. Increased food grain production was made possible by an increased area cultivated with HYV, that is high yielding variety of seeds of rice and wheat. The food situation has steadily improved over a period of 65 years in our country. Area under food grain cultivation has grown to 122 million hectares. This growth in food grain production was made possible by the HYV program, that is, using high yielding variety seeds, which was implemented as a package. Apart from introducing fertilizer responsive high yielding varieties of rice and wheat, it ensured the availability of subsidized chemical fertilizers for the farmers. Cheaper farm credit was dispersed to farmers through cooperative banks and societies, and MSP, that is minimum support price for the crops, were announced at the beginning of the season, and the state procured the harvested grains through FCI, that is Food Corporation of India. The FCI had built huge storage godowns and built buffer stocks of food grain during the harvest season to be distributed all throughout the year. Now, minimum support price. Minimum support price is a price fixed by an expert group for a particular crop by considering various costs involved in the cultivation of that crop. So, there will be an expert group who will be analyzing the various costs which involved in the production of that particular crop, then they will fix the price. So that price is called minimum support price. After announcing the minimum support price, the state will open procurement centers in places where these crops are widely grown. So the farmers are free to sell in the open market also if they get a better price for their crop. On the other hand, if the open market price is lower than this MSP, that is minimum support price, the farmers would get an assured price by selling their products or the produce to the FCI. Now we are going to discuss about public distribution system. The increase in food grain production need not result in increase in access to food for all. So given the unequal distribution of income and the level of poverty that persists in Indian economy, the government took steps to distribute food grains at subsidized rates through this public distribution system. It varies from state to state. Tamil Nadu has adopted an universal PDS, and the rest of the states in India had a targeted PDS. So if you take under universal PDS, all the family ration card holders are entitled to the supplies from PDS. Whereas in the targeted PDS, the beneficiaries are identified based on certain criteria, and according to that, food grains will be supplied to them. Both the union and the state government subsidized the supplies distributed through PDS. The level and quantum of subsidy also varied across states. For example, if you take the union government supplies rice at the rate of 3 rupees per kg, but Tamil Nadu continues to have the universal system of PDS and supplies rice at free of cost to all card holders. Now we are going to discuss about the role of consumer cooperatives in food security. Consumer cooperatives play an important role in the supply of quality goods at responsible rates to common people. So there is a three-tier structure of consumer cooperative societies in India. They are primary consumer cooperative societies, central consumer cooperative stores, and state level consumer federations. These are the three-tier structure of consumer cooperative societies in India. More than 50,000 village level societies are engaged in the distribution of consumer goods, especially in rural areas. There are many benefits to consumer cooperatives such as healthcare, insurance, housing. This scheme is playing an important role in food security in India. Next, we are going to discuss about buffer stock. Buffer stock is the stock of food grains, namely wheat and rice, purchased by the government through the FCI, that is Food Corporation of India. The Food Corporation of India purchases wheat and rice from the farmers in states where there is surplus production. The farmers are paid a pre-announced price for their crops. This price is called minimum support price. Already we discussed in our previous paragraph. This MSP is declared by the government every year before the sowing season to provide incentives to farmers for raising the production of these crops. So the purchased food grains are stored in granaries. Buffer stock is done to distribute food grains in the deficit areas and among the poorer strata of the society at a price lower than the market price, also known as the issue price. This also helps resolve the problem of shortage of food during adverse weather conditions or during the period of natural calamities like flood, drought, etc. Okay, children, today we discussed about buffer stock, minimum support price, PDS, nutrition security, food grains, and all. Tomorrow we will be discussing about purchasing power and purchasing power parity and all. Okay, thank you, children.